In right field, number 9, Elvis Park. At first base, number 5, Tyler Olivas. At second base, number 3, Dorian Asher. At third base, number 34, Andrew Fishman. At shortstop, number 6, Lee Branzel. Doing the catching, number 28, Jonathan Castaneda. And doing the pitching this afternoon for the Monarchs, number 10, Josh Howard. At that time, we also you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. This is Brian Melblom with LA Valley College Monarch Baseball. Our first live stream on our YouTube channel of 2020. We thank you for being with us. If you haven't done yet, of course, please click that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you know when all of our teams are active and live streaming. In town today are the Folsom Lake College Falcons, who come from the Big 8 Conference. Folsom Lake College, of course, about a half hour outside of Sacramento, way up north. They're a perfect 8-0 on the season. In town for a 3-game series. This is the first of those 3. Monarchs having a good start so far as well. 5-4 overall. Of course, playing in the Western State South Conference. Conference play getting underway a little bit later on. Josh Howard will be the starting pitcher for LA Valley. He comes into today with a record, beg your pardon, I'm trying to find it here, 7.5 ERA, 1 loss on his 3 starts, 3 appearances so far this season. Looking to, of course, improve those numbers today. We'll see how that goes. He's throwing to Jonathan Castaneda behind the plate around the infield. Olivas, Asher, Branzel at short, and Fishman at third. Left to right in the outfield, Ellis, Aguilar, and Park starting off the defensive lineup. For Folsom Lake, center fielder Austin Cavanis will be leading off. Second and third in the batting orders, Hayatio Nikki and Alex Schroeder. 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup would be Troy Shields, Trey Furry, and Chad Leonard. And the bottom third of the order, Braden Holiday batting 7th, Isaiah Haynes 8th, and Keller Edwards in the 9 spot. As we mentioned, center fielder Austin Cavanis leading off. 5'10", 165 lefty freshman outfielder from Chico, attending Pleasant Valley High School. Takes the first pitch for a ball. First pitch officially 2:02 p.m. Next one right down the pipe for a called strike. The count even 1-1. Next one misses low and away, almost off the ground. No problem there. Of course, leadoff batter, nobody on base to steal anything. Howitt, by the way, the lefty out of Taft High School in Woodland Hills, throws the next one inside about elbow high to Cavanis, and he has a comfortable 3-1 count. Next one driven through the gap right in the middle. Lead-off hit for Cavanis. Right towards the mound, a little bit to the left. Our left, Howitt's right. And listen to that Falcon dugout. No shortage of excitement there. Just getting their team into it early and often. Nikki steps up. Hayatio Nikki playing right field today. 5'6" outfielder from Tokyo. Pickoff move over to first. Just keeping Cavanis honest there. Olivas applying the tag. Opening pitch showing bunt, pops one up softly down the third base line, falling foul just out of the reach of Fishman. First pitch strike this time around for Howitt. I think I heard a call of arigato from the dugout to the Japanese batter. Wiggling his bat in anticipation. There's another pickoff move. Just trying to keep Cavanis guessing. Nikki batting .333 so far this season. Slugging .370 and a 357 on base percentage. Before Cavanis hit, he was batting .261. That'll go up a little bit. It's his 9th game played. Appearing in all previous 8 games for the Falcons. Showing bunt again. I believe it was called as a ball. The throw down to first, nowhere near in time. So 1-1 count. Count even 1-1 to Nikki. Showing bunt again. And he's called out. Looks like a batter interference call. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. He made that pumped fist. I thought it was an out call. I beg your pardon. That's a strike. He was appealing to the... It's been a while, can you tell? 1-2 pitch coming up. Still a runner on first. Cavanis, the leadoff man for the Falcons today. This one grounded to short, double play ball if they're quick about it. The 6-4-3 double play. Indeed it is. Cavanis erased at second base and Nikki out at first. Branzel to Asher to Olivas. That's just the first time Nikki's grounded into a double play this season. Nice recovery by the Monarchs. And right after that, a first pitch strike right down the middle called against Alex Schroeder, who's catching today for the Falcons. Check swing. Doesn't pull the trigger, wisely so, as it was a little bit high. Count even 1-1. Schroeder, big 6'4", 235 catcher. He's a sophomore from Rockland. Batting third today as second on the team in batting average, .529 through 8 games. Second pitch, a strike. One ball, 2 strikes to Schroeder. Howitt looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Of sorts with the double play. Grounded hard to short. Nice grab at shortstop by Branzel. The throw is in time. Monarchs concede a hit, but with the double play and a clutch play there by Branzel, keep any Falcons from coming home in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half of the opening inning here. No score yet. Falcons taking the field. In the outfield will be left to right. Holiday, Cavanis, and Nicky around the bases. Shields at first, Leonard at second, Furry at third, Edwards at shortstop. As we mentioned, Schroeder, the catcher, just grounding out to short a moment ago. And Braden Proud getting the start. Pitching today for Folsom Lake. Proud, this is his first start and 4th appearance of the season for the Falcons. No decisions yet, but a 6.0 ERA. 4 strikeouts and 2 homers allowed, with a .227 batting average against. For the Monarchs, their batting order, we'll see Jerry Aguilar lead off, followed by Tyler Olivas and Lee Branzel. Jonathan Castaneda, the catcher, batting cleanup today. 5 and 6 will be Dorian Asher and Gideon Ellis. And the bottom third, 7 to 9, will be Elvis Park, Thomas Keller, and Andrew Fishman in the 9 spots. Warm-ups complete for Proud. Head coach Dave Malice taking his spot at third base to coach the Monarch base runners. And Jerry Aguilar will lead things off for LA Valley. Aguilar, outfielder, left-handed sophomore from Granada Hills, attending Kennedy High School. Batting .278 through the 9 games the Monarchs have played this season. 10 hits, 5 of them doubles, 2 triples, no homers just yet, but 5 RBI. Takes the first 2 pitches he sees for balls. Can afford to be choosy with this pitch. See what he does. The 2-0 pitch. Just catching the outside corner, maybe upstairs a little bit, but in the zone for strike 1. Two-one hit high and foul, clearing the screen on the third base dugout where the Falcons reside. Count even now, 2-2. Two-two pitch way upstairs and away from Aguilar. The count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes. A payoff pitch coming up. grounded towards shortstop, easily handled on 2 hops by Edwards. The throw way too high, though. Pulling Shields to jump way up in the air to try to save the ball from going too far. In any case, have to mark that as an E6.
First baseman, number 5, Tyler Olivas.
Might have had a chance that that ball was thrown a little bit lower. So we'll say Aguilar reaches on an error. Again, I'm not the official scorer here. If there are any changes there, of course, we'll report on that. Indeed, on the scoreboard, they did put the error up. So leadoff runners aboard for both sides. And now a passed ball. The pitch appeared to be right in the zone. It was called as a ball, but definitely heard the thump of the catcher's mitt before the ball trickled over to Schroeder's right. So already a runner in scoring position. Aguilar leading off from second base after leading off the inning. Foul ball straight back to the backstop. Count even 1-1. Ball and a strike to Olivas. Freshman from West Hills, 6'3", 165. Right-handed on both sides of the ball, shall we say. Showing bunt, pops a foul up into the net above the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes now. Aguilar taking a few steps towards third, but retreating after the pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Olivas. Olivas batting .333 on the season, has 3 doubles and 2 triples from his 8 hits. 9 RBI on the season, a .625 slugging percentage. This one outside. There's the steal at third base, and the throw from Schroeder goes into left field. Will give Aguilar a stolen base, and then advancing home on the E2. 2 errors in the first inning, and the Monarchs have their leadoff runner back home safely. And the count full for the second batter, Olivas. Ball 4. Monarchs get their first 2 batters aboard. Lee Branzel now steps up. He's playing shortstop, as you remember. That excellent play to end the top of the first. Branzel batting .303 in his 9 games so far. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. Branzel, 5'11", 170, right-handed freshman from Woodland Hills, attending Taft High School. Mostly plays shortstop and third base. That pitch was down in the dirt-colored turf. Already on the steal was Lee Branzel. Thinking give him a stolen base at second, and then a wild pitch advancing him to third. So back-to-back runners not only aboard but moving into scoring position for LA Valley. 1-1 the count now to Branzel. 1-1, just up above the strike zone. Another hitter-friendly count for the Monarchs. Two and one to Branzel. Hammered down the left field line, but foul, just curling in toward the bullpen. A loud strike. Evens out the count, 2-2. Two pitch swung on, popped up high and catchable by Schroeder, ditching his mask, and the pop fly foul out is caught.
Catcher number 28.
First Monarch retired, and Olivas will have to stay put at third base. Now the cleanup hitter, Jonathan Castaneda, steps up. Catcher and infielder. Bats left-handed, throws right-handed. Attending Burbank High School, he's a sophomore now. Castaneda batting an impressive .474 in 8 appearances. 19 at-bats, 9 hits, 2 of them doubles. 2 runs scored, 10 RBI. Also a .579 slugging percentage, .571 on-base percentage. 2 sac flies on the season and in position to hit a third if one gets enough juice on it. First pitch a strike, second a foul ball. Castaneda now down in the count early. There's the 0-2 pitch. Right up above the plate, but a bit high. Ball and 2 strikes to Castaneda. Monarchs still up 1-0 in the opening frame. Swung on and hit high into right field. Catchable by Nicky. He signals for it. It looks to be another sac fly to throw in. Just not in time to beat the sprinting Tyler Olivas. So that's the 3rd sac fly of the year for Castaneda. Monarchs now have a 2-0 lead.
Number 3, Dorian Asher.
Yet another RBI for Castaneda. That's 11 now. Aguilar has scored. Olivas has scored. First pitch to Dorian Asher, dealt in there for a strike. The second one a ball. Count even 1-1. Dorian Asher, pitcher and shortstop. Freshman here with the Monarchs out of Chaminade High School in West Hills. Swing and a miss. Asher batting .296. .444 slugging, .367 on base. 8 hits in his 27 at-bats, 2 doubles and a triple. This one floated up toward the Monarchs dugout, out of play. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Monarchs up 2-0. The next one about head high over the plate for Asher. This will be the 18th pitch by Braden Proud. Beg your pardon, I was looking over to the side. That would be the 21st. Miscommunication on my end. Anyway, the count runs full. Payoff pitch pays off for the Falcons. Strike 3 called, and that will end the first inning. Good start, though, for the Monarchs. First 2 runners aboard and scoring. 1 unearned run in Jerry Aguilar, aided by a couple of errors. Olivas an earned run, stealing and advancing on a wild pitch before the sac fly by Castaneda. Back in a moment with the second inning. This is Monarch baseball.
First base is number 33, Troy Shields.
Back here for the second inning. Howitt back on the hill for Valley. First pitch fouled away by Troy Shields. As we mentioned, playing first base today. Troy Shields playing first base today, also listed as a catcher. 6'3" freshman from El Dorado Hills. Strike 2 called. Comfortable count for Josh Howitt. Shields, by the way, batting .281 through his 8 games. 7 runs scored, 9 hits, a double, a triple, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the day for Howitt. Up comes Troy Furry, the third baseman, batting in the 5 spot today.
Third baseman, number 7, Trey Furry.
6'2", 185, right-handed sophomore out of Folsom. He takes ball 1, by the way. Next one right down the pipe, or so I thought, just a little high. Count even 1-1. Wait, no, 2-0. My mistake. He hasn't hit the strike zone yet. Howard has. This one fouled away. Up high and toward the parking lots. No shattered glass or car alarm sounds that I can hear anyhow. Furry, best batting average on the team, .567, 17 hits and 30 at-bats. Takes ball 3 up and away. 17 hits and 30 at-bats. I said 8 runs scored, 10 RBI, 2 doubles. A 633 slugging and 583 on base percentages. Takes ball 4, so that on base percent will go up.
Second baseman, number 15, Chad.
1 on, 1 out. Chad Leonard now stepping up to the plate. Another player out of Rockland. Freshman this year with the Falcons. Swing and a miss. Leonard so far playing in all 8 of the Falcons games has a .238 batting average. It's 5 hits in his 21 at-bats. This one fouled towards his right, just over the Monarchs dugout. Another 0-2 count for Howitt. 4th batter today he's had with a 2-strike count. Down low, Castaneda keeps it in front of him. One ball, 2 strikes. This one grounded to third base. 2 hops thrown to second. And first, the double play complete. Fishman to Asher to Olivas around the horn. Double plays in back-to-back innings now to open up this ball game for the Monarchs. We head to the bottom of the second. Valley still up by 2.
The battle of second inning for the Monarchs. Left fielder, number 1, Gideon Ellis.
As you heard Gary Teague, our public address announcer, announcing Gideon Ellis, the number 6 batter for Valley. Stepping up. Ellis, another player out of Taft High School. He's a sophomore this year with the Monarchs. Woodland Hills, the location of Taft High School, of course. Takes strike 1. Ellis batting .273 in 6 games so far with Valley. Takes ball 2 to the shouts of good eye from the Monarchs faithful in the stands here today. Ellis batting .273, slugging .318, .333 on base percentage. Takes a called strike 2. 1-2 pitch. Proud delivers outside. And count even 2-2. Another ball. This one outside, but a bit lower. Full count for Ellis. Swung on and hit toward the shortstop gap, diving for it, but nicking it off his glove was Edwards. Ellis will stay at first. Tough play to make. I got to call that an infield hit.
Right fielder.
Holiday running in from left field to control the carom off of Edwards' glove and prevent any further damage. That actually the first hit of the ball game for the Monarchs, as Aguilar scored after reaching on an error. Right after there, the pitch got away from Schroeder and Ellis sprints into second. Took a weird hop, maybe bouncing off of the plate. It got some air time. So a ball, no strikes to Elvis Park, by the way, who's stepping up, the right fielder, batting 7th for Valley today. Ellis takes second on the wild pitch. This one down low, getting a little bit away from Schroeder, but he keeps it close enough to him that Ellis can't steal another one. Elvis Park, a utility player, freshman from Winnetka. Hits this one high towards center field. Ellis will have to stay put as Cavanis makes the catch. Before that, Elvis Park was batting .368. This is his 7th game started. So up comes Thomas Keller, sophomore infielder from Providence High School in Burbank. One on, one out, making a break for third base is Ellis. He gets down low, the tag applied, but not in time. Tough to tell from here, especially on that camera that we've got. A gutsy move there. Aggressive base running, no doubt there by Gideon Ellis. But the straight steal of third base puts him 90 feet away from the Monarchs, taking a 3-0 lead. One-0 pitch. Swung on, hit towards shortstop again. This one more easily playable by Edwards. Double clutches and throws to first, but the throw is in time. The ground out for Keller, but Ellis scores from third base.
Number 34, Andrew Fishman.
RBI ground out. And it's a 3-0 game. Andrew Fishman rounding out the Monarchs batting order. Batting .250, slugging .250. That's 5 hits for his 20 at-bats. .304 on base percentage. Hits the 1-0 pitch. Flared toward third base, but landing in foul territory. Fishman, a freshman utility player from Granada Hills Charter High School in Granada Hills. Throws right-handed as well as batting. One pitch showing bunt laid down the first base line. Going for the unassisted out. Sprinting in there was Proud, but he's not in time. Maybe didn't have a good grip on it, or just with being off balance, his weight thrown forward. Decides to just apply the tag or step on the base himself. But he can't beat Fishman to the bag, and it'll be the top of the order now coming up for Aguilar. Interesting looking infield hit there for Fishman. And he sprints for second on the hit and run. The hit and the run both successful. Fishman makes it all the way to third base, sliding in there. Aguilar aboard the second time today, this time with a base hit. As remember, he scored in the the bottom of the first inning. Olivas walked and then scored, aided by a wild pitch after stealing second. And this will draw a visit on the mound from the Folsom Lake College coaches. Their coaching staff, by the way, Rich Gregory, the head coach. Assistant coaches John Peters, Brian Schmidt, Brian Beisch, Bernie Monsalo, and Jason Fakril. Mikhail Majeski also there listed as an assistant coach. Already we've got a pitching change. An inning and 2/3 was all that Proud could do. So in comes number 17, Skylar Wells. Beg your pardon, our scoreboard dropped down here for a second. Wells, the lefty from Placerville, attending El Dorado High School. That's interesting. I went to the Valencia High School, not in Valencia here in the Santa Clarita Valley, the Canyon area, but down in Placentia, California. And our crosstown rivals also in Placentia were El Dorado High School. I'll take a break while I attend to this scoreboard issue that we're having on the screen. In the meantime, Monarchs enjoying a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Skylar Wells appeared in 2 games, started in 1, has a win and no losses yet on his record. A 2.35 ERA, 7 2/3 innings pitched, just 9 hits against, 2 runs allowed, both of them earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, .310 batting average against. Just 1 homer in the 29 at-bats he's faced. First pitch delivered outside for ball one to Tyler Olivas. Runners at the corners. The next pitch up high and away. Two balls, no strikes to Olivas. Aguilar at first, Fishman at third. Pickoff move to first keeps Aguilar honest. Here's the 2-0. Down the middle, but too high. And a comfortable 3-0 count for Olivas. Can afford to be choosy here. 3-0 right down the pipe. Doesn't feel right with that count. No need to swing. 3 balls and 1 strike now. First strike thrown by the new pitcher. Strike 2 called, and sprinting into second base with a steal. That's Jerry Aguilar. 2 stolen bases this game, just the second inning. Stole third base on his way home in the first. Now a full count to Olivas. Down low, ball 4. The ball bounces into foul territory, and a run will score on the wild pitch.
Shortstop, number 6, Lee Branzel.
Fishman comes home, Aguilar to third on that wild pitch, ball 4. Again, we have runners at the corners, and now it is 4-0 Monarchs. That run, of course, charged to the starting pitcher, Proud. Fishman got aboard while he was still on the mound, shall we say. Branzel popped up to the catcher last time up. First out of the first inning. Took ball 1 and then grounds this one toward third base. The throw to first in time, Furry to Shields. That will end the inning. 0-2 so far for Branzel. But 4-0 Monarchs after 2 innings. We'll be back with the top of the third in just a bit. We are back for the third inning. Monarchs up 4-0, 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. And now a 1-1 count to Braden Holiday. 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order due up this inning for Folsom. Braden Holiday, the outfielder from Granite Bay. He's a sophomore with the Falcons. He hits one, landing just in front of a sprinting Ellis in left field for a base hit. Had the range to get to it almost, but fell just in front of him. Have to call that a double. Maybe misplayed it, but mental errors are not fielding errors necessarily. First extra base hit of the day for the Falcons. That's just the second double of the season so far for Holiday. Howard decides not to pitch, looks back towards second base and holds Holiday on the bag. Isaiah Haynes, by the way. First baseman out of Fairfield, the freshman Falcon this year. Takes the first pitch right down the middle for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. This one fouled just beyond the Monarchs dugout on the right side. 0-2 the count. I should say Isaiah Haynes listed as a first baseman, but he's the designated hitter today. Oh, 2 pitch. Well inside. Swung on and fouled. It looks like it was just up above his hands. A really thin sound coming off of the bat. Not a big crack, but a little clunk. Another 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, another strikeout. The second one of the day for Howitt. 1 on, 1 out. Number 9 hitter coming up, Keller Edwards. From Churchill High School in Ashland, Oregon. He's a sophomore this year. Ball 1. At the 34th pitch of the day for Howitt. He's thrown 21 strikes. One 0 pitch hit hard into left center. That'll drop in front of Ellis for a base hit. Rounding third and headed for home. Throw will not be toward the plate. Instead cut off at second base. And Folsom Lake are on the board. Holiday coming all the way home on the RBI single by Edwards.
Austin Cavanagh.
That energized the Folsom Lake dugout. Back to the top of the order, Austin Cavanagh stepping up. Grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. Strike one to Cavanagh. You hear the wind starting to pick up, as if you have good bass response on whatever device you're watching on. Pickoff move to first, the throw to shortstop covering second base. Branzel applies the tag, and Edwards is caught stealing. 3-6, or 1-3-6 you could say on the throwing. Either way, he's caught stealing, tagged out by Lee Branzel at second base. Base is now empty, and a swing and a miss makes it an 0-2 count. 2 strikes and now 2 outs with nobody on. This one hammered towards second base. Asher gloves it underneath him, tosses to Olivas for out number 3. But not before the Falcons get on the scoreboard. 1 run on 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the third. Still 4-1 Monarchs. We are back for the bottom of the third. Jonathan Castaneda, the cleanup hitter for the Monarchs, steps in and takes ball 1 and fouls the second pitch he faces over the Folsom Lake dugout. He put the second run across for the Monarchs with a sac fly to right field in the first inning. And a defensive switch here for Folsom Lake after getting caught stealing. Edwards at shortstop has been replaced by number 5, Nate Hargraves. Nate from Vista del Lago High School in Folsom. He's a freshman this year for Folsom Lake College. Strike 2 to Castaneda. Next one, breaking ball, but stayed up too high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch hammered down the second and shortstop gap. Had to cover a little bit of distance, Leonard did, to make that grab, but he tosses to Shields in time to retire Castaneda. Leadoff batter retired for the first time today on the Monarchs side of this. Dorian Asher comes up for the second time today. He struck out looking in the first to end the inning. Takes strike 1. Wells pitching now, making that third out of the second. We've closed the books on the starting pitcher, Proud. He remains the pitcher of record, allowing 4 runs. Of course, he put Fishman on base. He scored. While Wells was pitching. The first batter he faced, Tyler Olivas. That wild pitch ball 4 brought him home. Aguilar unable to score there. Monarchs leaving 2 aboard.
Left fielder, number 1.
A strikeout to Asher on 3 pitches. Two strikeouts now for Asher. First one of the day for Wells, the pitcher. So Gideon Ellis back up. Singled and scored in the second inning. Looks at ball 1 away from him. Still no lack of excitement coming out of the dugouts here today. This one hit really high, maybe playable with all that foul territory here at the Monarchs Diamond. The big baseball field here in Valley Glen, and indeed the catch made for out number 3. A 3-up, 3-down inning. Just what Folsom need to avoid letting this one get away from him. So after 3 innings, it's 4-1 Monarchs. We thank you all for tuning in, by the way, wherever you might be watching. We're live on YouTube and possibly rebroadcast on 95.1 KVCM, the voice of Valley College, in our weekend sports block. If you can, on YouTube, if you're watching live, give us a shout out in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching for. We love knowing who's tuned in. And of course, click that subscribe button. Back with the 4th inning in just a bit. Top of the 4th inning underway. Hayato Niki, the Japanese right fielder, takes ball 1. We last saw him in the top of the 1st inning as the number 2 hitter in their lineup. Takes ball 2 right now. We grounded into a double play at shortstop to erase the bases there. Out number 1 and 2 on that ball in play. He swings at this one, popped way up in the air, just behind the pitcher's mound. Sprinting into it to make the catch was Dorian Asher from second base. Mark it P4 on your scorecards at home. We have gone international. D.H. Bloom says, "Go Valley," watching from Merida, Mexico in the Yucatan. Holy mackerel. Thank you for tuning in. Schroeder, the catcher, steps up, hitting 3rd in the order. Grounded out to short to end the 1st inning. Or the top half of it, I should say. And he takes one for the team. 1-0 pitch hits him. And he's aboard with the hit by pitch. That's just the 3rd batter that Howitt has plunked this season.
Number 33, Troy Shields.
Troy Shields, the first baseman, steps up. He struck out swinging in the 2nd. Hammers this one just past the reach of a diving Lee Branzel at shortstop. A first pitch single puts runners at 1st and 2nd for the Falcons. It was a low but hard line drive.
Number 7, Trey Furry.
Trey Furry walked and was thrown out at 2nd in a double play in the 2nd inning. He takes ball 1, breaking ball. It didn't find its way into the strike zone. That was the 45th pitch by Howitt. He has 27 strikes in there. Second pitch about the same spot. Howitt missing again, high and away. 2-0. This one finds the zone, almost a bit too inside, but called for strike 1. Two balls and a strike, 1 out, 2 runners on base. That's Schroeder at 2nd after being hit by the pitch. Advanced on Troy Shields' single, who stands at first base. The next pitch, a little bit inside for ball 3. Hitter-friendly count coming up. It's 3-1 pitch to Furry. He thought it was ball 4, but just caught the outside of the strike zone. Hit it a couple of yards towards the bag at first base. We'll have to come back with a full count. Big payoff pitch coming here from Howitt. Swung on, grounded towards second base. Asher unable to handle it after about 5 hops. He does make the out at first. You can't assume a double play, so no error on that. Just a 4-3 ground out. But the other base runners move station to station. Schroeder now at third base. Shields at second. Lucky break there for Folsom Lake. Ball one up high to Chad Leonard. He grounded into a double play his first at bat. That was in the bottom of the second inning. Excuse me, top of the second inning to end that half of the inning. This one hammered into left field. Backing up for it is Ellis. It's off the wall behind him. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. The throw into second base, not in time. A bases clearing 2-out double. Makes it a 1-run game.
Left fielder, number 22, Braden Holiday.
Quite the redemption after the double play in the second. Leonard makes it 4-3. Of course, maybe the wind being a factor. Pretty high fences in the outfield, but we did hear some gusts. It usually comes in from the north. That means it's over the left center field fence. First pitch just getting the outside corner of the strike zone as we hear the wind start to pick back up. Holiday doubled and scored. Before this inning, he was the only run on the board for Folsom Lake. Throw back to second base. Holds Leonard as he dives back in. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner on second base. Looking back up at the chat, yes indeed, Dale Beck, beautiful day for a game. A balmy 68 degrees at the moment. Strike call, that's strike 2 to Holiday. Wind listed at south 5 miles per hour. Never sure on these weather reports if it means it's blowing from north to south or it's blowing out of the south, the wind coming north. Unfortunately, our flag is not up in left field. I'd use that for a reference. Next pitch fouled off to stay alive. Actually, looking at the protective netting, they do seem to be bulging in toward the field. So I guess that would mean the ball blowing, the wind favoring the batters, the right-handed batters especially. Oh, 2 pitch, hit high, might be playable again with this big foul territory. And making the catch indeed is Olivas for out number 3. Leonard stranded at second base. But Folsom Lake come back here in the top of the fourth to make it a one-run game. We head to the bottom of the fourth, 4-3 Monarchs. Back in a minute. Defensive changes for Folsom Lake College. Switching with one another were Schroeder and Shields. So now Schroeder at first base and Shields behind the plate.
Number 33, Troy Shields.
Elvis Park leads off the fourth inning for the Monarchs.
Right fielder, number 9, Elvis Park.
Park takes the first pitch for ball one. The next one right down the middle, but a little high. And a comfortable 2-0 count to Park. He flied out to center field in the second inning. That was his first at bat. Foul tip. Two and two. That one well inside, swung on and flared towards shortstop. Running in from third base was Furry to make the grab. A soft pop-up or a soft fly ball, whatever you want to call it. Furry makes the catch and Park is retired. Keller steps up again. Thomas Keller grounded out to short his first at bat. Takes ball one up and away. Swing and a miss evens up the count, 1-1. Strike two called. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Andrew Fishman, the 9-hitter in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and down goes Keller. He's 0-2 today.
34, Andrew Fishman.
Second strikeout of the day, by the way, for Wells. Fishman back up. He singled and scored. Advanced by Jerry Aguilar, and then a wild pitch to Olivas. The fourth run of the day for the Monarchs. Oh, 1 pitch, floated into left field, bouncing just in front of Holiday for a base hit. Back-to-back single, or I should say he's 2 for 2. Singles both of Fishman's at-bats.
Aguilar.
That'll bring us back to the top of the order, Jerry Aguilar. He has yet to be put out today. Scored an unearned run in the first to open up the scoring in this ball game. Advanced by 2 errors on his path around the bases. Then singled in the second, but was stranded at third base. He takes strike 1 looking. Pickoff move to first. Fishman dives in safely. Throw into first. Again, Fishman safe. 2 outs, 1 runner aboard, no balls and 1 strike. Lefty pitcher looking right at the base runner at first, opts to deliver to the plate. Popped up into shallow left field. Holiday running under it makes the grab to end the 4th inning. Monarchs then able to answer for the 2 runs put up there by Folsom in the 4th. Remains a 1-run game. Top of the 5th inning coming up. Right back here for the top of the 5th inning. Lead off first pitch single for Folsom Lake. Haynes, the designated hitter, singles into left and is on base safely at first.
5, Nate Hargrave.
Hargrave's coming up for the first time today. He made his entrance in the The fourth inning, or the bottom of the third, I should say. A defensive switch entered the game at short. He takes strike one. Hargraves batting .286. 4 hits and 14 at-bats, all of them singles, so a matching .286 slug percentage. .412 on-base percentage. Showing bunt and lays this one right down the first base line. The fielder's choice successful, though. Running in to grab the bunt was Olivas, resulting in a fielder's choice instead of either a bunt single or a sac bunt. Just your routine 3-6 ground out. Or fielder's choice anyway. One away, one aboard, still at first base. This time it's Hargraves instead of Haynes. Back to the top of the order. Cavanis, the center fielder. 0 for 2 so far. Ground out to short. Oh, beg your pardon. He was thrown out on a double play. I believe he walked in his first at bat and grounded out to second in the third inning. Beg your pardon, I just forgot to write it on my score sheet in front of me. A single to lead off the game. That's right. Both teams had the lead off singles. And then a 4-3 ground out. 1 for 2 so far. The 2-0 pitch inside, but in the strike zone to make it 2-1. That was the 62nd pitch by Howitt. 62 pitches, 39 strikes. Strike 2 called, and it's even 2-2. Low and away. Howitt missing. The count runs full. Full counts. 3-2 pitch hit hard, but foul along the left. The third baseline, I should say. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Howitt. That's 2 away in the top of the 5th.
Number 1, Hito Nikki.
3 strikeouts today for Howitt. That puts a 19 on the season for him. Hayato Niki swings and fouls the first pitch away. grounded into a double play in the first, and popped out to second base in the fourth. Oh, one pitch hammered down the first base line, but foul. That one bounced maybe just a foot into foul territory. A worm burner, as they'd say, at least the way I usually hit a golf ball. Just blasted along the ground. Oh, 2 pitch. Just missing the strike zone. One ball, 2 strikes. That one well inside, but he swings anyway. Fouls it toward his own dugout to stay alive. Another 1-2 pitch coming up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on first base in Hargraves. He dives back in safely after the pickoff move, or ahead of the pickoff move, I guess I should say. Either way, he's safe. It's still 1-2. Another foul ball. Sounded like it was, again, beneath the barrel. Almost a wooden sound coming off of the bat. Swung on and lifted foul over the screen into the parking lot. Yet another 1-2 pitch coming away. This will be the 7th pitch of Niki's plate appearance. One, two. Hit hard towards shortstop. On the hop, grabbing it was Branzel. The toss to Asher at second ends the inning on a fielder's choice. One runner left aboard halfway through regulation. Bottom of the 5th coming up in just a minute. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Number 5 leading off for Valley. Tyler Olivas. Took strike 1, showed bunt on the second pitch. Pulls away for ball 1. That one bouncing right around the plate. Now Olivas pulls ahead in the count. He's walked both times he's appeared today, first inning and the second inning. Made it all the way home in the first, was stranded at first base in the second inning. Wells still on the mound for the Falcons after his entrance in the bottom of the second. Ball 3 delivered. And ball 4 just misses inside. 3 walks today for Olivas. Helps out his on-base percentage. No harm to his, no help or harm, I should say, to his batting average. Leadoff runner aboard. And Lee Branzell steps in. 0 for 2 so far. Popped out to the catcher and grounded out to third. Heading into steal. Olivas steals second base. Looks like the catcher now Shields after he moved over from first base last inning. Having some trouble gripping or just didn't feel comfortable tossing it across the diamond to second base. So second stolen base of the day for Olivas. Leadoff runner now in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes to Branzell. This one down low. Olivas thought about taking third, but retreats after he saw it was clear Shields had control of it. 2 balls, no strikes. Time called. Shields and Wells wanted to get in sync with their signs. Actually, will draw a visit from the Falcons coaches. That's their second of the game. That will count as one of these 6 allowed mound visits on defense. Last mound visit resulted in a pitching change, so it doesn't count as, a timeout of sorts. This one popped way up and bounces hard off of the roof of the Monarchs dugout, just clearing the screen. As we've said a couple times already on this broadcast, just acres of foul territory here at the ballpark in Valley Glen. But not enough in that case. Well, that was strike 1 on that loud foul ball. This one, a bunt popped up and caught. Underhand grab by a sprinting Schroeder. Manages to keep it in his glove and off the ground.
catcher,
And that
number
holds
28.
Olivas at second base,
Jonathan
wisely not running
Castaneda.
too far. Oh for 3 goes Branzel. And up comes Castaneda, the cleanup hitter. Castaneda with an RBI sac fly to right field today in the first inning. He then grounded out to second base in the third. Ball 1. Swung on, hit hard toward the left field foul pole, landing in foul territory. Thank you all for tuning in for Monarch Baseball, 20 of you at the moment. Once again, if you haven't done so, chime in the live chat. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're watching for. Whether you're a Monarch fan or Folsom Lake fan or my grandma, love to hear from you. Sticks on the board, as they say. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. This pitch floats over the strike zone. Two and 1 the count. Swinging a tip foul ball makes its way toward the backstop. Count even 2 and 2. Castaneda short hops over to shortstop, I should say. 6-3 ground out, but advances Tyler Olivas to third base.
Segment to number 3, Dorian Asher.
Yeah, that's slow grounder handled by Hargraves. The toss to Schroeder in time. That'll bring up Dorian Asher for the third time today. He struck out looking in the first and the third. Two outs and a runner on third base in Tyler Olivas. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Third at bat in a row. Asher's had a strike after the first pitch. Looks at ball 1, floating outside of the strike zone away from him. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and yet another 2-strike count. Asher's faced that all 3 of his plate appearances so far. Strikeout in the first was on a full count. The 3-pitch strikeout in the third. And it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs right now. He looks at ball 2, low and away. Looking back at the chat, you thought I was joking, but indeed, Grandma Van tuning in from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Always good to see you here on our live streams. How long till the Rockies start? I was just telling the people in the booth here about my first Rockies game out in Denver. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for strikeout number 3 to Asher. Third strikeout of the game for Wells, and that ends the 5th inning. And then again, John Bonificini from Roseville cheering on his Falcons. Great day to be a bird, he says, the hashtag there. Well, thank you for tuning in, John. We'll head to the 6th inning in just a moment. Neither team able to put a run across in the 5th. Still 4-3 Monarchs. Top of the 6th inning underway in Valley Glen, the neighborhood formerly known as part of Van Nuys in the city of Los Angeles. This is LA Valley College Monarchs baseball hosting the Folsom Lake College Falcons in the first of a 3-game series today, tomorrow, and Saturday. 2 pitches and 2 strikes delivered to Alex Schroeder. Josh Howitt, starting pitcher, still on the hill. That his 75th pitch just thrown. Check swing, strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the game thrown by Howitt. I believe that's his 20th on the season. Swinging a high foul ball by Shields, now the catcher. One strike and 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Troy Shields struck out swinging in the 2nd. That was Howitt's first strikeout. This one hammered into left center field. Ellis running back on it, and it is gone. Tie ball game in the top of the 6th. Troy Shields goes deep. I just mentioned that wind actually blowing out of the south for a change. Normally it blows the other direction from the north in, killing the long ball for a right-handed batter. But in this case, it's coming the other direction, maybe helping it a little, but that ball was hammered either way. Solo shot for Troy Shields ties this ball game. He has scored twice today. The next pitch, Troy Furry hits it down the right field line, but foul. That's why they have Shields batting cleanup. This next one hit hard. This one towards center field, but it's caught by Jerry Aguilar. A little bit in front of the warning track. Out number 2. A loud out. Chad Leonard back in.
Chad Leonard.
Grounded into a double play in the second. Redeemed himself with a 2 RBI double in the fourth to make it a 1-run game. That first pitch high and away for ball 1. That home run, by the way, the 3rd of the season for Shields. 11th RBI on the solo shot. Ball 2. Two-0 pitch thrown away from the batter. And a 3-0 count to Furry. This one right down the pipe for strike 1. Still a hitter-friendly 3-1 count. Strike 2. 3 balls and then 2 strikes in that order. Full count and 2 outs. Bases empty here in the top of the 6th. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but also a home run allowed. We have a tie ball game going into the bottom of the 6th. Back in just a minute with more Monarch baseball. Bottom of the 6th underway. Elias swings at the first pitch he's offered. Popped up high, scrambling for it. But eventually making the catch was Hargraves at shortstop. Looked like he stumbled on the turf. But a quick first out against the Monarchs. Ellis Now 1 for 3 on the day. He had singled and fouled out, scoring a run, also stealing a base. Call that P6, pop up to shortstop for out number 1. Now Elvis Park back up. He's 0 for 2 today, flied out to center field and to third base. Second and fourth inning, respectively. Swing and a miss at an 0-1 pitch makes it an 0-2 count. Wells delivers outside of the strike zone. 1-2. Two consecutive balls thrown, and the count is full for Park. There's the 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Swung on, popped up, in play. Running onto it all the way from right field was Nikki, who makes the grab. Throws it to second base just to be safe, but that was a fly out to right field. 0 for 3 goes Elvis Park. 2 up and 2 down. The 8-hitter Thomas Keller steps up. He's 0 for 2 today. Ground out to short in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth. Pits down in the dirt-colored turf. Makes it 1-1. Swing and a miss. Keller whiffing on it makes it a 1-2 count. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on base. Still a tie game, 4-4 in the bottom of the 6th. That one breaking, just didn't make it into the strike zone. 2s all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out for batter wearing number 2 on his back. Foul ball off of the screen just beyond the Monarchs dugout. Still 2-2. And 2 for number 2. Two-2 pitch swung on and missed. Wells with another strikeout. That's 4 for him today. That ends the 6th inning. We head to the top of the 7th, tied 4-4. That strikeout for Wells, by the way, his 8th of the season. He had 4 going into the day. In his first game start, one game started, 2 appearances, again a 1-0 record. His team regaining the lead. I believe he is now the pitcher of record. Not regaining the lead ladder, but tying it. We'll be back at the top of the 7th in just a minute.
Mike. Number 22, Brayden Holiday.
Top of the 7th inning. Starting off, Josh Howitt still up on the hill. He's throwing 86 pitches, make that 87. And that his 59th strike as a foul ball flies over the Monarchs dugout. Brayden Holiday, the batter, doubled and scored in the 3rd inning and fouled out to the first baseman in the 4th to end that inning. Looking back over the chat, Nicole Torsi tuning in from Kona, Hawaii. Wow, so Hawaii, Mexico, Wyoming all tuned in. And of course the locals here in and around Los Angeles. Great to have you all with us. Two-one pitch swung on, hit high. Looks like it's trailing into foul territory. Indeed it is, bouncing over by the Monarchs dugout. Park grabbing it after the bounce on the run, slamming into the fence. There's some activity in the Monarchs bullpen. Righty warming up for the Monarchs. Howard still going at it. Missing outside and up high for ball 3 and a full count now to Holiday. Xavier Dubon warming up in the Monarchs bullpen, the right-hander freshman from Burroughs High School in Burbank. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Howitt.
Number 40, Isaiah Haynes.
That's the 5th batter of this ball game that Howitt has struck out. Isaiah Haynes, the designated hitter, now steps in. Takes ball 1. Haynes, victim of one of Howitt's strikeouts. That was swinging in the 3rd inning. He then singled in the 5th, but was thrown out in a fielder's choice before he could get to 2nd. Foul ball makes it a 2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Tied 4-4. That one went inside, down low. Gets away from Castaneda, but no problem there. Nobody on base. 3 balls and a strike now to Haynes. The 3-1 pitch grounded along the 3rd baseline, bouncing foul. Barehanded by the Falcons coach. Nice grab there on the hop. That's now a full count to Haynes. Grounded off of Haynes' foot or his shin. Takes a few steps to shake it off. A little smile on his face, so just one of those things. Not pleasant, but not unbearably painful. Steps back in the box, still a 3-2 count. That's the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Outside for ball 4. Haynes wins the battle and heads to first. Just the second walk of the day for Howard. This will draw a visit from the coaching staff. All the infield heading on in. A pinch runner, by the way, for Haynes over at first base. Running for him will be Hunter Dunathan from DeMonte Ranch High School in Reno, Nevada. That will be the end of the day for Howitt. Not a bad outing by any measure. We'll get all the switches for you in just a minute. The pitch runner and the relief pitcher. Back in just a minute here.
Now pitching for the Monarchs, number 32, Xavier Dupont.
We're back, still the top of the 7th inning. 1 out, 1 runner on base. And a new pitcher is Xavier Dupont for the Monarchs. As we mentioned, from Burroughs High School, Burbank. The righty freshman, standing at 5'10". Facing Nate Hargraves. Hargraves had his first at bat in the 5th inning, hit into a fielder's choice. Ground ball right to the pitcher. 1-6-3 double play ends the 7th inning. Dubon over to Branzel and over to Olivas. Quickly puts the brakes on any hopes of a Falcon rally in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time at Valley Glen. Head to the bottom of the 7th in just a minute. We're tied 4-4. At the bottom of the order for the Monarchs, Andrew Fishman leading off. So 9, 1, and 2 in the order due up. Fishman, Aguilar, Olivas, barring any pinch hitters. Fishman fouls the first one away. That double play to end the top of the 7th, the third ground ball double play of the ball game for the Falcons, or for the Monarchs defense, however you want to look at it. Another foul ball makes it 0-2 count to Fishman. He's 2 for 2 today, 2 singles and a run scored. The 4th run of the game for the Monarchs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout of the day for Wells.
Number 30, Jerry Aguilar.
Top of the order for the Monarchs, Jerry Aguilar back up. He's 1 for 3. Reached on a leadoff error. Swing and a miss at that one. He did score the first run of this ball game in the first inning. Singled in the second. Flied out to left to end the 4th inning. Strike 2 called. Just 2 hours and 10 minutes into this one. Tied at 4. 0-2 pitch, looked at for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, strikeout number 2 of the inning, number 6 of the ball game for Wells. Skylar Wells just ringing him up. Tyler Olivas back up. Walked all 3 times. A walk in the first and then a scored run. Walked in the second and walked in the 5th. Left on base that second and third time. Takes ball 1 to even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. Yet another 1-2 count. Wells looking to strike out the side. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Two pitch grounded up the middle. Diving for it was Leonard, but just to stop the ball, not really able to make a play. That'll be an infield hit for Olivas.
Lee Branzel.
4th plate appearance, but perfect 1 for 1 on actual official times at bat. 2 outs, single. Keeps the Monarchs rolling in the bottom of the 7th with Lee Branzel stepping in. He has yet to register a hit today. He's grounded out, popped up, and fouled out. This one hammered into center field right around the Valley V. Camped out for it is Cavanes. And that will end the 7th inning as he makes the catch. Branzel 0 for 4. This game still tied 4-4. We go to the 8th inning. Back in just a minute with more Monarchs baseball. Leadoff batter of the inning, also leadoff batter of the lineup for Folsom Lake's Falcons. Center fielder Austin Cavanis taking ball 1. Xavier Dubon still in. Another liner right to him. Just like his first batter he faced, turning a double play out of it. This time the 1-3 ground out. On the 1-0 pitch, Austin Cavanis singled in the first inning, but has not hit since then. 1 for 4 his day. That brings up Hayatio Nikki again. Strike 1. Nikki 0 for 3, grounding into a double play in the first, popping out to second base in the 4th inning and hitting into a fielder's choice in the 5th. Hits this one to shortstop. The throw up high, but he applies the tag. That one, Branzel tossed it over to Olivas. Maybe a little off target, but Olivas skillfully able to make the grab, apply the tag, and record the out. Nicky's 0 for 4. Schroeder started the game as a catcher, now playing first base. 0 for 2, also hit by a pitch and then scoring. It's a ground out in the first, plunked in the 4th and coming home. At the second run of the game for Folsom Lake. This one hitting the foul territory, backing up for it and making the grab as Olivas. That ends quickly, the top of the 8th inning. Still tied at 4. Head to the bottom of the 8th in just a moment.
Jonathan Castaneda.
Bottom of the 8th inning, tied 4-4. Jonathan Castaneda, the number 4 hitter, has yet to record a hit. 0 for 2 plus a sac fly. The RBI sac fly in the first inning, and a ground out to second in the third, ground out to shortstop in the 5th. Grounds this one along the first base line, barely foul. That ball just hugging the foul line. One and one the count to Castaneda. One pitch hit hard in the left center field. That's going to fall just over the reach of Holiday. Heading into second base, the stand-up double for Jonathan Castaneda. As he gets his dugout pumped up.
Second baseman, number 3, Dorian
Leadoff
Asher.
batter in scoring position would be the go-ahead run if Castaneda can come home. Dorian Asher, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, steps up. One on, nobody out. Tie game. Showing bunt. The pitcher Wells looking back at Castaneda's leadoff from second base. Delivers well up and outside. Ball 1. First time today Asher's had a 1-0 count. Had first pitch strikes all 3 previous at-bats. Valley dugout pumped up. Skylar Wells delivers the 1-0 pitch. Again showing bunt, but the pitch misses way down low. It's now a 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes to Dorian Asher. Showing bunt again. Turns away and lets ball 3 go by him. That was the 82nd pitch of the day for Wells. He has 49 strikes among those. Not showing bunt. No, now he is. No contact there. A 4-pitch walk sends Asher over to first base for the first time today.
Left fielder, number 1, Gideon Ellis.
Again, Wells not the starter, but the pitcher of record as he came in when the Falcons were behind. That was in the second inning. So at this point, he has 5 1/3 innings pitched. Little visit on the mound. That's going to be the end of the day for Wells. It looks like coming out of the bullpen, we'll have a new pitcher for the Falcons. We'll get that for you in just a minute. A 6 strikeout day in 5 1/3 innings pitched for Skylar Wells. We'll get you the reliever in just a moment. Relief pitcher into the game for the Falcons, Diego Maldonado, wearing number 6. Maldonado, a freshman left-handed pitcher from Vacaville, as our helpful statistician from Folsom Lake, Ethan, sitting next to me, filled me in. Vacaville is about 30 minutes away on the other side of Sacramento. About a half hour to the west, while Folsom Lake College to the east of Sacktown. Diego Maldonado appeared in 4 games, pitched perfect 0.00 earned run average, only allowing 1 hit in his 4 2/3 innings pitched. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 14 at-bats at 0.71 batting average against. 2 balks, interestingly, though. His first pitch of the day is ball 1. Gideon Ellis, the batter. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored in the second. Lays down a bunt down the third base line. The throw to third is in time. The fielder's choice erases Castaneda at third base. So runners again at first and second, but now 1 out. Ellis now 1 for 4, reaching on that fielder's choice bunt. Another mound visit and another pitching change. Yeah, that 3-batter rule making the debut in the major leagues, but not at the CCCAA just yet. We have another pitching change. We'll get that for you in just a sec.
number 32, Anthony Perez.
As you heard, that's Anthony Perez on the hill now. Perez, a right-handed pitcher from Suisun City. He's a sophomore going to Pioneer High School out there. Perez, the 3.6 ERA in 3 appearances, 5 innings pitched. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. Allowed a double and a triple, no homers in his 17 at-bats. 176 batting average against. 3 wild pitches and 2 hit batsmen. He tosses strike 1 by Elvis Park. Park 0 for 3 today. Flyouts to center field and third base and right field in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th innings, respectively. 0-1 to Park. Thinks about going. Appeal to the field umpire. Says no, he did not go. A ball and a strike to Park. Pitch outside for ball 2. Temperature dropping just a little bit. It's now 64 here in Valley Glen. Wind picking up as well as 7 miles an hour out of the south. Field facing northeast, of course. That south wind favoring right-handed batters going deep over the left field wall. Two more balls to Park makes it a 3-1 count. Still activity in the bullpen for the Falcons. The righty warming up. Here's the 3-1 from Perez to Park. Ball 4 loads the bases. Another pitching change. We'll get that for you in just a second here. But the bases loaded with a tied game. 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out. Monarchs looking to take the lead. But we'll see who's on the hill next for the Falcons. James Pizzuti
Your attention, please.
will
now
be pitching now for the
Folsom
Falcons.
Lake, number 25, James Pizzuti.
This is the 5th appearance of the season for Pizzuti.
The batter for the Monarchs is
Is a 2.45 ERA and a 1 win, no loss record. 7 1/3 innings pitched. 4 hits against him, 3 runs scored, 2 of them earned runs. 6 strikeouts, no walks. He's faced 26 batters and has a 154 batting average against. Just 1 wild pitch, 3 hit batsmen, 1 sac bunt against. His first pitch, a strike to Thomas Keller. Keller grounded out in the second over to shortstop and struck out his last 2 at bats. That was in the 4th and the 6th. Those were, I should say. Foul ball toward the Falcons dugout makes it a 0-2 count. Andrew Fishman on deck in the 9 spot. Bases loaded with 1 out. Asher at third, Ellis at second, Park at first. Another fire truck heard off in the distance. Ballpark, of course, very close to the fire station. Strike 3 called. Third strikeout in a row for Keller. A huge out. Bases loaded and 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Andrew Fishman had the 4th run of the game for the Monarchs. He singled in the 2nd and then scored. Singled in the 4th but was left on base. Struck out in the 7th. Swings and pops one up into foul territory. On the run for it, making the slide but cannot make the catch, was Shields. One landed right by the on-deck circle. Fishman, fortunate to be alive. Well, aren't we all? But as a batter, I should say. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, bases loaded. We're tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. This next pitch, a huge one. Tied at 4. Monarchs have not scored since the 2nd inning. 4 runs on 6 hits and benefiting from 2 Folsom Lake errors. Just missing the outside corner. Looked a very similar spot as the previous pitch. Instead, that's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 2 out and the bases loaded. Swung on and hit high into the short right center field. Backing up for it to make the grab is Leonard. And the Monarchs leave him loaded. 8 runners left on base now for LA Valley. Took 4 pitchers to get through that 8th inning. But Folsom Lake make it out of there unscathed. We head to the top of the 9th, still tied 4-4. Back in a moment. Top of the 9th inning. Here we go.
33, Troy
Falcons
Shields.
at bat. Troy Shields, the cleanup hitter, homered in his last at bat to tie this ball game. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Swing and a foul tip. 0-2. Shields struck out swinging in the first, singled and scored in the fourth, homered in the sixth. A solo shot to tie this game. He hits this one into shallow center field. Backing up for it is Jerry Aguilar to record out number 1 of the top of the 9th.
Number 7,
Trey Furry steps up. Xavier Dubon still on the hill for the Monarchs. Strike one to Furry. He walked in the second, grounded out in the fourth, and flied out in the sixth. Swings and pops this, or flies it into right field, going toward the foul line, bouncing just about a yard into foul territory or beyond the reach of a diving park. But it's strike two either way. That the 13th pitch of the day for Dubon and the 12th strike. Swinging a fair ball, bouncing in for a base hit right in front of Park in right field. Chad Leonard now steps in, second baseman today. Grounded into a double play in the second. Had the 2-out, 2 RBI double in the fourth. And struck out swinging in the sixth. Hits this one into center field, or left center I should say. Running for it is Aguilar. He makes the grab for out number 2, and Furry will retreat to first base. 2 out in the top of the 9th. Braden Holiday steps up. Doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. Fouled out in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. That's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Takes ball 1 about chest high, but outside the strike zone, away from him. Swing and a miss for strike 1, excuse me. Swing and a miss again, strike 2. Javier Dubon rallies from a 1-0 count to make it 1-2. Ball thrown and then a stolen base. Pitch was outside of the strike zone. The throw from Castaneda a little bit off target. Unable to stop the stealing Trey Furry. He's in safely at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, another deuces wild situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, number 22 at bat. And a runner on second base. The guy playing second base on defense is the base runner at second. Now it's a full count as that pitch misses the strike zone. Big payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We head to the bottom of the ninth, another strikeout. Well, the first of the game for Dubon. Second of the day against Holiday. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Monarchs tied 4-4. Can they walk off, or do we have to go to extras? We'll find out soon.
Leading off to you, bottom of the ninth inning for the Monarchs, center fielder, number 30, Jerry Aguilar.
Bottom of the ninth inning. Jerry Aguilar leading off for the Monarchs, right at the top of the order. Takes ball 1 down low. James Pizzuti still on the hill for the Falcons. Again, it took 4 pitchers to get through the bottom of the 8th. The Falcons prevented any Monarch runs from scoring. This one swung on and fouled toward the first base side. A ball and a strike to Aguilar. He reached on an error in the first inning and then scored. Singled in the second and stole it. He has 2 stolen bases, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Flied out in the 4th and struck out in the 7th. And he looks at ball 2. Monarchs looking to snap an 8-game winning streak, or an undefeated record for the Falcons. Also to preserve their own undefeated record at home. Monarchs 5-4 on the season, but 3-0 here in Valley Glen. 1-4 on the road and 1-0 on neutral site games at LA Harbor Challenge Tournament. Result of one of those neutral games, or D1. Ball 4 thrown to Aguilar, and the winning run is at first base.
Tyler Olivas.
Aguilar aboard with a walk. Olivas on base, or at the plate, I should say. He's walked 3 times today. Scored after being walked in the first. Also stole a base that inning. A throw over to first after ball 1. Not in time to retire Aguilar. Beg your pardon, that was a strike. Again, walks in the first, second, and fifth innings, and then singled as he lays down a bunt. An effective move there, a sacrifice bunt to move Aguilar into scoring position.
Shortstop, number 6.
As the pitcher Pizzuti tossing it over to Schroeder at first. Tactical sack bunt there by Olivas. Moves Aguilar up to second. And now Lee Branzell steps in with Jonathan Castaneda on deck. Swinging a line drive into left field. That'll move. Oh, man, they want him to run home. Aguilar moves up to third base. That single by Branzell, his first hit of the day after going 0 for 4. He was due. He singles and moves the winning run just 90 feet away. Jonathan Castaneda is intentionally walked.
Number 3, Dorian Asher.
That will load the bases. As they say in dodgeball, it's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him. Bases loaded with 1 out. Castaneda at first, Branzell at second. Moved up by the intentional walk. And Aguilar at third. And listen to that Monarch dugout. Dorian Asher struck out 3 times and then walked. He takes strike 1. The strikeouts coming in the first and third looking, the 5th swinging, the walk in the 8th, and he was stranded at third base. Bases loaded, 1 out. 0-1 pitch coming up from Pizzuti. Swung on and chipped foul just outside of the circle. No balls and 2 strikes. Giddy and Ellis on deck. Big 0-2 pitch. Inside, and it hit him. A walk-off hit by pitch. Give the RBI to Dorian Asher. That's a way to break out of a slump.
That is the end of the game.
0 for 3 with a walk that gets an RBI hit batsman to end this ball game.
For the Monarchs to win it, 5 runs on 7 hits.
The winning run credited to Jerry Aguilar to make it 5-4.
Tomorrow afternoon, right here at LA Valley College.
Well, you've seen some walk-off wins. I cannot say I've ever called one quite like that. That's your ball game, folks. After just under 3 hours, it's 2 hours and 54 minutes officially. This ball game is over. Monarchs prevail 5-4 over the visiting Folsom Lake Falcons. Asher taking one for the team to bring home Jerry Aguilar after they decide to intentionally walk Castaneda. Josh Howitt gets the win. I believe, no, well, let me see here. Let's check the decision there. Yes, indeed, Howitt with the win, and the losing pitcher will be the last one up. That's Pizzuti for the Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for tuning in. Unfortunately, I won't be broadcasting tomorrow, but you can check out the live stats the statistician Ethan down here from Folsom Lake making the trip with his team. We'll be plugging it in, so we'll send a link out on our website. You can tune in and watch pitch by pitch on a game cast kind of a thing. But I thank you all for tuning in today. This is Brian Melblom for LA Valley College Monarchs Baseball live on YouTube. If you haven't done yet, please click that subscribe button. Tell your friends and family, everybody about this. Hit that notification bell so you can see when our baseball, softball teams are active this spring semester. We do have one more regular season basketball doubleheader coming up as well. That's next week, Friday the 21st for Sophomore Day. Find all those updates there. And, of course, lavc.edu/athletics. I'll call it a night here. Again, this is Brian Melblom for LA Valley College Athletics. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day.